Apocalyptic literature is a difficult genre. In the Bible, we find it in the book of Revelation. In the Old Testament, we find it in the second half of Daniel. There's actually a lot of apocalyptic literature outside the Bible. It was a very popular genre during the Second Temple period. And so we have a lot of examples elsewhere. But when we come to the Bible, it's kind of foreign to us. One of the things to remember about apocalyptic literature is that it's highly symbolic. And part of the reason for that symbolism was to evoke emotion and to help the reader feel a sense of what the prophecies were about. Another thing to remember about apocalyptic literature is that it's often a code for the original audience. So they would have read those symbols and they would have understood what they referred to. And we're so far removed from that context, both in terms of time and in terms of culture, that symbolism is largely lost to us. So I think one of the important things to remember when you read it is that it's symbolic, and you don't want to try to pinpoint all the details of the symbolism. First, come away with a sense of the emotions that it evokes. So in Daniel 7, he sees a great sea, and from the sea emerge 4 terrifying creatures. And before you ever try to figure out what the creatures might represent, just try to place yourself in Daniel's shoes and imagine the horror of what he's seen, because that's a large part of what the literature was trying to accomplish. Another purpose of the literature was that it was comfort and that it was intended to encourage people who were oppressed. And so this literature was written to an audience that was suffering, and as a way to encourage them that their enemies would be conquered at some point and there would be victory and better days ahead for them.